Hi, James.
Hey,
Hey, hey, James. Hey,
hey, buddy.
how's it going?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Good. This has been long anticipated. This podcast.
I know.
This is what I wanted my first podcast to be.
Oh, us?
Me and you. I don't know what's going on.
It's a Saturday morning. That's why. That's what's happening.
Right. It's still morning. It's cool that we're on the same time zone.
Yeah, it's good when it's the same time though. I know. I was thinking about it. I was like, you've had David Studebaker on. You've had Luke on.
Kind
Uh,
of.
uh, what do you mean, kind of?
Well, I mean, I called Luke. While
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't like officially had Luke on, but I did officially have um uh, David Studebaker on because
Yeah.
like a lot of pressure from that guy.
Yeah. That happens. That happens. He puts the pressure on you.
Oh yeah, he can put some pressure on you. So I just started recording. So this is you're doing a great job podcast. Woo!
Woo!
Episode number 71 with the very famous, the very funny, the very well-rounded in the comedy world, James D. Creviston.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you.
How's it going, James?
It's it's going good, buddy. It's going good. It's Saturday. It's hanging with you. It's nice.
How's your internet connection?
How's it what?
How's your internet connection?
I don't know. It keeps skipping here. I thought it was good. It looks good to me, but maybe it's me. Maybe it's I don't know.
Mine,
Mine
mine,
looks good.
mine said mine's unstable.
Ah, no. Okay, so mine is very stable, but I'm unstable. Maybe that's the.
I've never seen that. It says your internet connection is unstable. Like, what's that supposed to mean?
It has a lot of issues. It needs to go to therapy.
Yeah, therapy. Unreliable.
Unreal.
So welcome to You're Doing a Great Job podcast. Man, you're doing a great job, James.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Finally,
Woo!
finally, someone says it. Woo!
Woo! So I hope your family's all awake.
My wife is still asleep. Actually, we stayed up late.
Yeah, I stayed up late too, but they're awake now.
Yeah, we wa- I was
Yeah.
gonna say we watched Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar like two
Oh,
nights in a row.
how was that?
It's funny. It's a wacky comedy. It's a comedy that nobody makes anymore. It's like that absurdist wacky comedy. It's like a giant SNL sketch. And it's really good. It's funny. There's so many little jokes and small one-liners, and it's really well done. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. I watched it twice. I've seen it twice now, and that's a rarity for me to see something back to back. So
I hardly ever watch a movie twice. It's hard.
yeah,
I mean, like when I was younger, I could watch Dumb and Dumber every day.
right. Yeah, I
You
love that
know?
movie.
Yeah. But now it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to read a book twice. It's hard
Yeah.
to read a book.
No, I read a book every day. I read a book every single day. I'm reading something every single day. So that I always do. I probably watched The Jerk probably about 100 times. There's a lot of movies. There's some movies that I watch a lot of times, and just because it makes me feel like I get like a spirit from it, like some kind of like you feel like you get some energy from it.
Love energy.
Yeah.
So this is You're Doing a Great Job podcast, episode number 71. Man, I'm sorry that it's taken me 71 episodes to get you over here. I just realized that 71 and this is James. But I wanted to make sure that I had a good podcast before I had you on. I wanted to have it down.
No, it takes time.
I think I got it down.
Yeah. What happened to your side?
I duct taped it to the curtain.
Well, yeah. There you go. Curtains are going to be the problem there.
And
I love it. I love it.
so you live in LA?
Yeah, right outside LA. Yep.
So what is your job, would you say?
What is my job? I am a freelance comedy writer and comedian. Would be my job. I don't have a real job like a day job, a 9 to 5er. Um, I write stuff. I write commercials. I write YouTube stuff. I write Amazon series that's coming soon. I do punch up for screenplays. I do all kinds of writing for stuff. So
So,
that's
comedy, freelance comedy writer,
yep, and comedian. Yep,
writer, and stand-up comedian.
yeah.
That's awesome, James. So you did it, huh? You're a freelancer.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to take that away now too. So we'll see how that goes. They don't want anybody to work for themselves anymore. It's one of those weird. It's like the American dream is to work for yourself, make your own money, not have to rely on somebody, do your own thing. And then it's like, you know what? No, that's not the dream anymore. That's not your dream anymore, buddy. Your dream is my dream, and my dream says you work for somebody else.
What's whose dream? What dream am I living? You know?
Yeah, right.
What dream am I living? You're doing a great job. Dreams.
Yeah.
I had a wild dream last night, like I was watering some trees.
What kind of trees?
Oh, like little palm trees. I was like,
Was that one of those dreams though where you wake up, but did you have to wake up to go to the bathroom from? Because it's like one of those dreams.
no, I didn't. It was
Oh,
like I was nurturing some palms.
that's cool. Those are nice trees. Like date palms where you can get dates from them, make date shakes.
They were like table palm plant. I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool dream. I was real peaceful. I felt happy. I was like, this is the best life. So I don't know if you've listened to any of my podcasts before, but
No.
I run through a series of questions to qualify you, I guess.
All right. Yeah. No, I have. I listened. Yeah. So I know.
Okay, good. I listen to your podcast too. Oh, like your podcast is the reason why I started this podcast. The
Yeah.
Clean Comedy Podcast is amazing, and you guys would have for a year. You had me on your podcast once a month, and I was like, "Hey, I like talking on podcasts.
Yeah.
I should start my own podcast." And then I was like, "What am I going to name it?"
You're doing a great job. Is the best. I mean, that's a great that you couldn't have thought of a better like that's
What
just
a great job! Woo! I love saying it. It's like
right.
super catchy. So James,
I feel like this is a bad job interview.
I'd be a horrible business owner.
So James,
Oh, James. So do you think you're doing a great job?
I think I am. If my wife's happiness is the meter that I use, I'm doing a great job.
Oh, I have for the plants that I have a water meter, and it tells me how much water. So
You don't like overwater it or underwater and stuff.
right.
Yeah. You know what? I'm bad at that. I kill plants because I do it so that when you water, you know how it comes out of the bottom of the plant. I like water it so that it comes out of the bottom, and I'm like, oh, I did a good job. I watered it well, but that's not true. That you're killing the plant.
Oh, yeah. You can't water them.
No, you can't overwater them like
My
that.
dream was so wild last night because I was giving a lot of water. Maybe I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill this plant. So sometimes I write down, like, if you give a cool answer that I've never heard before, I'll jot it down. And I've never heard that one before. You said if my wife is happy, then I'm doing a great job.
Yep. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life, man. That's the big thing.
Right. Never heard that before. I mean, I've heard that.
Right.
I've heard that on the podcast. If my wife is happy, then I guess I'm doing a great job.
Yeah. That's my meter for success for me in my house anyways. Is if my wife is happy, then I'm doing everything good. If my wife's unhappy that I need it, then I'm like, all right, what's going on? How do I fix this?
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Gotta get your happy meter up.
That's right.
Is she happy?
Yeah, she's happy. She's happy.
That's good. My wife's happy too.
Yeah, you gotta have a happy wife. I like your hat, by the way. I didn't realize you had a Dusty Slay hat on. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's my favorite hat with this shirt.
That's cool. Oh, it's good. It's a good combo.
Yeah, it feels good.
It's a Jimmy Buffett vibe.
Well, I mean, these are that's a guitar, and one day I want to learn how to play the guitar,
Same.
and with some poems and some what are those necklaces that they wear?
Now you're gonna put me on the spot.
Hula hoops.
No, lays. It's a lay.
It's a lay.
It's a lay.
You get off the plane and they give you.
They-
Have you been to Hawaii?
Yeah. Yep.
So when you get off the plane, I went when I was young, and
Right.
when I got off the plane, it was like lays, 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 and I was like, I
Yep.
want hula hoops. I'm 11. You know.
I always vary, like you went to the guitar. I vary between guitar, ukulele, and banjo. Those are like the three things I'd like to learn.
Yeah.
And only banjo because I really love Steve Martin stand up. So
I love Steve Martin. I love his band.
yeah.
The Dirty South Down Under Boys. I'm not his band.
I forget what they're called, but yeah.
The Dirty Boys.
I don't think that's
We can't move on, dude. I gotta know what it is. Let me just get the Goog out. I'm sorry, James.
No, it's okay. I feel you.
Steve Martin's band's name. He's real discreet about the whole thing, you know.
Yeah. He doesn't really go Steep Canyon Rangers.
Yeah, the Steep Canyon Rangers.
Yeah, it sounds like something. It sounds like a movie. Like that would be a movie.
Yeah, he's the best banjo player. It's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
And Adam
I love Seymour.
the best ukulele player.
He plays the guitar though too, really well.
I'm sure. Guitar. Well, I mean, what else? He plays basketball good. Hey,
Yeah.
So James, you're doing a great job. Hey, how long have you been at this job?
Oof.
How long have I'm gonna say your job as a freelancer. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing it as a side hustle for like 4 years, and only over the last year has it been more of a permanent thing, just because of the COVID and whatever and stuff.
Yeah, love COVID.
I don't think anybody loves COVID.
No, I didn't mean it like that. COVID's the worst.
I got it in February of this year but it wasn't terrible. I just felt like one day I only had one day that was really bad, and I was just like really weak and kind of like sore all over and just stayed in bed. But then I stupidly watched the Marvel movies Endgame and Infinity War back to back. So then I laid in bed in pain and crying from from everyone disappearing and coming back.
That's funny. I got tested, but I never got it. I never got the virus.
I just had to go take a test. The other day because I was supposed to go on a movie set to talk to a producer about a movie that we were working on that we wrote together. But I haven't heard anything back, so I have no idea whether I'm gonna go on set or not. They're filming like a horror movie in Burbank or something, like an indie horror movie. So
that's cool. Say cheese.
Cheese.
Woo! I love taking pictures of the podcast on the screen. Yeah, it's going great. I mean, we'll get back to normal pretty soon. I think everything's opening up. I just saw that you can eat inside a Taco Bell.
It's probably a bad idea though. Still.
Don't do it. Don't go inside.
Don't go in there.
Don't even go to the drive-through.
That's worse than breathing COVID. You're gonna breathe Taco Bell fart air.
Taco Bell fryer. Don't stand over the fryer. Hey, that's funny. Taco Bell is funny. I'm just gonna write that down. I think. Don't breathe Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, you remember they used to have like every company goes through like different slogan phases. They used to have run to the border, like was for Taco Bell the one time, and I was like, nobody's gonna do that. Like not from this side, anyways. You know, from the other side maybe, but not from this side.
Yeah. When I was little, I played Little League baseball, and our baseball team was sponsored by Taco Bell.
Nice.
And it said Taco Bell. It said Taco Bell on our shirt or whatever, and we had a theme song.
All right, what was it?
It was like, "We're the team from hell, Taco Bell."
Kids came up with that song, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't even our team name wasn't even Taco Bell, but because
Was it?
it said Taco Bell on our shirt so big, I mean, what the heck?
What was the name of your team? What was the actual name of the team?
I don't remember. It was like the little desert. It wasn't desert. Honestly, I don't remember the name of the team. I just remember that it said Taco Bell on our jersey all big. And I might have a picture of it somewhere, my mom or something, but yeah, and that wasn't even the exact theme song. It was something, "We're from hell, Taco Bell, send
That's
it
funny.
to hell." I don't remember.
Your stomach will be in hell,
Yeah,
Taco Bell.
And then we were like the worst baseball team, it was like that was like when I was 5 or 8. That was when I really started getting into my comedy life, and I would just go up to the plate and I'd strike out on purpose so I could go back to the bench and tell my friends jokes.
I was a catcher, so I would talk smack to the person at bat all the time.
Catcher,
Like,
that's fun.
it was fun for me. But I played baseball for 2 different teams. Little league baseball, the Giants. I remember that. We had green jerseys though, it was weird. So we were like the Jolly Green Giants. And then my stepdad coached my baseball team, which we were always won our league. We were the Cardinals, and then I always made the All-Star team. But I was the most hated catcher in the league, not because I was a good catcher, just because I would like to talk smack to people while they're at the plate.
Are you
like, hey, I see your mom over there. She looks fat. Like say mean stuff to them.
Are you allowed to do that?
You can, but I had umpires like tell me to knock it off.
Hey, knock it off.
Yeah. Actually, I did get in trouble for that because like one time I was on a roll. Like I was making everybody strike out because I was just saying like the meanest stuff possible to every kid. And the umpire was like, "Hey, you need to knock that off." And then I was already in the zone, so then I just started going off on him, and then I almost got kicked off of the game. And my stepdad had to come out and be like, "Shut up, just stop, just don't do it anymore. I know what you want to do, I know what you like to do, don't do it anymore." So the rest of the game, I would just like say it real low, like, "You're stupid, you're small, you're terrible, your mom's horrible, your dad's ugly, your mom's stupid, your dog hates you." Like just low stuff where the ump couldn't hear me, but you're right there next to the batter, so he can totally.
Man, what a good spot to talk to smack,
Oh, I had people try to hit me with the bat before or whatever and stuff, so it happens, but it's very rare. But it's the most fun. I loved being a catcher. I hated playing. My punishment by my stepdad whenever I was not doing or playing or being a team player was sending me out to the center field because I hated it because I'm all by myself. Who am I going to talk to? Right?
I hated outfield. I played first base too. That was fun.
You had a good arm then.
Yeah, I used to throw pretty good, but now my arm kind of hurts sometimes. My shoulder hurts.
My knees hurt from that because I play catcher all the time. Yeah.
Really? That's weird, huh? How it affects you.
Yeah, it's fine. I miss it. I love it. Everyone thinks that a pitcher runs the baseball game, but it's not. The catcher runs the game.
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Yep.
He runs the whole baseball world. So James, you're doing a great job. Woo! Woo! Hey. So I was wondering. Actually, this is question number 3.
All right.
Do you love your job? Do you love?
Yeah, I love it. I love making people laugh. I love when I get messages back from people about how great my work is, how happy they are, how funny it was, all that stuff. So.
He loves the job. That's great. That's good to hear. It's always nice to love what you're doing if you're doing a great job.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the real benefit is I'm like, yeah, you can make. I know a lot of people that make a lot of money writing and stuff, but if you can be happy with what you do and every day because you've had those jobs. At least I've had the jobs where you go in and you're like, you get up in the morning, you're like, oh, I do not want to go there today. I hate that place. No. And you like do everything. You're like, what can I call in and say I have today? Do I have Hep C? Will they believe that? What can I, like you're thinking of everything. The dog is chewed off my toe while I was sleeping. Yes, let's tell them that. Like you're thinking of a million ways out of that job. And we've all had those jobs. At least I'm pretty sure we've all had a job where we're like,
Yeah, I've had a million of them.
yeah, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like there's the one day, there's that day, that final day where you're like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this thing anymore. I'm done. I'm out. See you. I've done it in the middle of a job. Like I'm literally like a boss has said something. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. And I've literally quit jobs. Like I'm out. Bye. And my boss is like, wait. We were just talking. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not here.
Wow.
See ya. Yeah.
I've never done that before.
I just there's something about me where I just like when I'm done with something and I'm just done. Like I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm out.
That's funny. That's funny. I'm out.
Yep.
Good luck filling those orders.
Yeah.
Good luck with finishing that sub. Like if you're working at Subway, you like get the bread out of the toaster, you put some sauce. I'm out. That's it. You can put the vegetables on.
I literally quit the police academy like 20 minutes before lunch. Like I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't want to really be a cop. I don't want to be a cop.
Like this gun.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm out. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's almost lunchtime. You'll have a break. I'm like, no, I don't want to come back from lunch and do this. I want to be. Actually, glad I didn't become a cop. I think I would have been a sucky cop because I either have two modes. I either have very compassionate mode where I'm kind of caring, or I have I don't care about anybody mode, and it's just like so. Depending on what day it is, it might be like, hey, buddy, I see that your life is hard. Let me see how I can help you. Or the next day, it's like, listen, get your crap together, okay? Tired of coming out here. If I have to come out here again, I'm gonna use this nightstick. I'm gonna use this taser, and we're gonna have some fun. Like just like, all right, well, that guy should not be a cop, right? So
that's funny. How long were you a cop for?
No, I was just in the academy. I didn't graduate and get a badge or anything like that. I quit. I literally quit in the middle of the academy. I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do that.
I'd probably quit in the academy too.
The thing is they're not nice. It's like a gang initiation, a fraternity, and Fight Club all mixed together. It's terrible.
And all you do is want to serve and protect.
I know. Seriously, I just want to go out there and help people. That's the big thing. So I think that's what comedy does. Why it works for me is because I can help people. Like you can see genuine satisfaction on someone's face when you've done something that they enjoy, when you made them laugh, or when you leave a show and they're like, hey, thank you so much. I needed that. I was having a bad week. I was having a bad day, or whatever it was, and I feel better. Like, that's great. Like, I couldn't be a therapist because I don't want to hear people's complaint. I'm like, listen, go find a book. Go read a book. Go get one of those self-help books. Like, get out of here.
But I'm the same way. I'm happy to make other people happy. You're doing a great job. That's why I started this podcast, because a lot of people are like, I'm down in the dump. I'm not feeling too great. But then I'm like, you're doing a great job. Woo! Get excited.
Exactly.
Because, it's life. And we're all probably robots or whatever. Anyway.
We're in the Matrix.
It's all a simultation. Hey, James. You're doing a great job. I like your microphone and your headphones. I got that stuff too, but they're just props. They don't plug in. Like breaker. This thing on.
Hey, that's a good mic. That's a really good mic. You should use that.
How to use it. Woo! You're doing a great job. This is a cool mic. It has buttons and it has turn knobs, and you can do.
Luke uses that mic. That's a good mic.
Yeah, it is a good one.
We used to use that mic when we recorded at my apartment. Luke would come over and we'd do it at my table and stuff. In my dining room, we'd record the podcast for the first I think it was like the first and second season or something like that. Like the first.
How many episodes have you put out for the Clean Comedy Podcast?
What are we up to? I'll tell you right now.
I'm gonna let you plug all your stuff at the end. I know you got a lot.
223 episodes, and but we've recorded 3 more in the queue, so we've recorded 226, I think.
That's
Which,
amazing.
yeah.
What year did you start your podcast?
Dude, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah,
That's legitimately a good question.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know when I started mine either.
I don't either.
2000 something. It was in the
I've
2000s.
2017. Our one of our first episodes dropped like the beginning of January 2017. Actually, our first episode does no longer exists. We
Oh,
could because we recorded in a coffee shop and it was super loud and we knew nothing about. We knew nothing about podcasting. Nothing. I think we recorded with like a hand recorder, like a tape recorder or a digital recorder or on a phone or something. We didn't even use microphones. And we were in this loud coffee shop because they would like let us record. And we were also doing open mics there. Like I ran an open mic at this coffee shop in my neighborhood. So we did that. It sucked. It was the worst. So we listened to it and we were both like, this is unusable. Like it was a great episode, like if you could hear it, but we had no way to like fix the digital audio and stuff. And so then after that, we started recording at my apartment. Like we do the open mic and then we go to my apartment and record episodes. And we started that way. And then I don't even remember when we got our first guest because we didn't have guests for like the first few episodes because we didn't know. Like literally, the only podcasts I had ever heard at that point were like Joe Rogan and like I can't remember like a couple of other podcasts that were like big at the time, but not like that was it. Like there wasn't a lot. There wasn't actually a ton of podcasts out of that time. They hadn't really blown up like they had now. So that was like 2017. So let's see. Our first guest isn't until episode 10. Episode 10, we get our first guest, which is Paul Douglas Moongene, who, if you guys don't know, he runs the Flappers University stuff at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank. Don't hit him up about getting booked because he won't help you. He won't even help me.
love the Clean Comedy Podcast.
Yeah, and that's one of 4 podcasts that I produce.
Right. I know you're real big in podcasting now.
I
That's
love
great.
podcasting.
I just enjoy coming up with podcast names.
That is actually fun, right?
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
So James, you're doing a great job. Oh, wait, let me let you answer the question, then I'll say it. What's your dream job?
Professional stand-up comedian. And I'd like to be just professional stand-up comedian, comedy writer. Like I want to make TV shows and movies and write books and satire and all kinds of stuff. I like comedy. I love comedy. I'm a comedy nerd.
You get paid for comedy, stand-up comedy now when you do shows? Doesn't that make you a professional comedian?
Yeah, but I mean I want to make like a good living off it. Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah. Right now I don't make full time. I'm part-time living, but it's whatever.
And especially now because COVID, it's a lot harder to.
Right. That's the thing is I can't get booked anywhere. I can't travel anywhere. And I have to like this podcast, like the Clean Comedy Podcast is in the top 3% of podcasts in the world out of like 200 and something million or 2 million or something crazy. It's like millions of podcasts. It's in the top 3%. And then the other podcasts that I write and produce every week with 2 guys, Dylan Howard and David Lutzy Luttrell, who are both Australians. One lives in New York. One lives in, oh, he's going to kill me, Brisbane, Australia. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and and he and that podcast is in the top 1.5% of podcasts. So between those 2 podcasts, and then I have the Comedypreneur podcast where I talk about helping people turn their funny into money. So that's like the big one of like what I try to do is test things out, see how to make money with comedy, and then turn around and show people how to do that so they can figure it out.
Well, yeah, you're like the comedypreneur.
Yeah, the Comedypreneur. That is the big one. And then the other one is I just brought it back. I had done it for like 2 years on and off. It was called You Already Know. It's like a small news podcast. And so I do like monologue jokes there. So because I wanted to up my monologue writing, because I have to write for this other show, I basically take the absurd stories and then write news jokes off of those.
Well, what I mean, like once things come back around, you'll be like producing your own shows, and you'll you have that going for you.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll tour with like Luke and David, and
Yeah,
we'll go places or whatever and stuff. And then David Studebaker recorded a Dry Bar stand-up special a couple months month ago now, something like that. And so when that comes out, then that'll be a bigger thing, and then we'll tour with him. And so Luke and I will take turns opening or being middles and stuff.
that's so exciting.
Yeah. We're just trying to do, like, we're always trying to do something. Like we're never just sitting there doing nothing. During COVID, it wasn't, oh, I'm not going to do anything now. It was literally, I write jokes every day. I write stuff every day. I'm doing something every single day.
Yeah, that seems like when you kicked it into another gear when COVID hit, you were like
Yeah.
more time to do more things.
Well, I lost my job like the first day that COVID was like official in California. Like I lost my job. Like the guy, I lost a job on Monday, like my long-term job that I had for like 2 years. I had one of those I am having a bad day type things, and my boss and I got into it. And I was like, you know what, dude, I just need to go for the day. He's like, if you leave, you're fired. And I was like, all right, dude, well, it's up to you. Like, do what you're gonna do. And I just left because it was like lunchtime too.
And
So then I was like, all right. And then I applied for I had already applied for this other job. And then that dude called me at noon. Like it was like an hour later or something. And he's like, hey, can you come in tomorrow and talk to me about working for me? And I said, sure. So I went in the next day. He interviewed me. He said, great. Can you start on Wednesday? So that was Tuesday now. So start on Wednesday. I said, cool. Yeah, I'll start on Wednesday. So I started Wednesday. I worked all day, or I worked Wednesday. I worked Thursday. Thursday, COVID started like becoming a big thing. They're like, well, we don't know what's going to happen because we work with the state and the county and the city. And if they close everything, we're done. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. No worries. So I come in Friday and my boss is like looking at the screen, like looking at his computer, reading the news and be like, they're closing. And they're like, they get email. He's getting emails like they're closing. So on Friday, at like noon, he's like, hey,
everything.
everything's closing. I can't keep you around anymore. So I had that job for 3 days. And he's like, and I was like, all right, whatever. So I lost that. So then I was like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, well, I have this side hustle, and I do stand up, and I do these things, so I can go back and forth and do stuff. So like, I'll figure it out, and I did. I figured it out. I found stuff to do.
That's great. Yeah, seems like you're doing great.
I'm doing a great job.
You're doing a great job. Hey, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. How'd you get into comedy? How'd you get into freelancing and doing this?
Well, that's two separate questions. So for comedy, I was always, for my first 3 or 4 years in school, I was a quiet, shy kid. Like I didn't really talk to people. I wanted to be a comic book artist and a comic book writer when I was a kid. I wanted to write comic books. So I actually created my own Black Panther comic book way before I even knew there was an actual Black Panther. I just like copied Batman and made it a guy that lived in Africa and dressed like a panther. I had no idea that was a real thing already, by the way. And it had been around since like the 70s. I had no clue because at that time I was, I read Batman and I read Superman and Captain America, stuff like that. But I had no clue that the Black Panther was a real thing. So I was like, oh, I made a character. And he had like a whole backstory and whatever and stuff. It wasn't the same backstory, by the way. So, yeah, and then I drew stuff, and I had a friend. His name's Royal. I don't know where he is now, but shout out to him if he hears this. But we used to go to the boys club after school, and so we would make up stories, and we would trade like Spider-Man and Marvel cards. They had Marvel cards at the time, and we would make up our own comic books, and we started copying like all the Image comics that were coming out at the time. So these would be like the Wildcats, Youngbloods, Spawn, like all that stuff. And we made our own comic books, and we would photocopy them and then sell them to other kids.
Wow, that's so cool. You're doing a great job. How old were you when you were doing that?
I was like 10. We were like 9 or 10. We were young. And so, but then my 4th grade year, we had a teacher, and then she got sick, and so we had a sub. And so the sub took away my reading and writing stuff. Like I couldn't read and write during class anymore, and I couldn't draw. So I just was supposed to sit there, but I got done with my work fast. So then I started just talking to other kids. And then I would make other kids laugh by just saying stuff to them. And then my teacher stuck me in the corner. And then my 4th grade year, I sat in the corner on a stool with a dunce cap that she made out of paper and put on my head and made me sit there. All 4th grade. This is a real thing. And then 5th grade, it had got around that I was a talkative kid. So my fifth grade teacher, anytime that I was done with my work, would make me copy words out of the dictionary. I had to write the whole dictionary from A to Z. And so then I would just, now that I learned more words, right, my vocabulary was larger. I could just use other words to insult or do whatever I wanted to do. So that's what I started doing. And then I was known as that guy who would just make people laugh and do stuff and be silly. And then, then absurdist humor became more things where we'd do pranks or mess with people or whatever. And it's just that stuff became more of my brand, like when I was a kid. So I was always kind of not the troublemaker, but I like to have fun and whatever. And I was a small kid. So I don't like bullies. So I would always laugh, get them to laugh my way out of getting beat up. Like, I would insult and make people laugh, and then no one would want to beat you up because they're laughing. They're like, all right, we're done with this guy.
Yeah.
So that's what
I've never been in a fight.
I've been in a bunch of fights, but those were all ones I started, not ones that.
I mean, there was times where I should have been in a fight,
right?
But I was always just able to laugh my way out of it. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. And then, and then I was just like that kid in like a middle school, and then when I got to high school, I played football and baseball, and I was that guy, so it was cool. And I lived in Texas, so it was awesome. And then when I left Texas, I had to go to Vegas. I had to move to Vegas with my dad. So I didn't know my dad. I didn't know Vegas. I didn't know school. I had no friends there. So I was like, and I can't play sports. Like, they wouldn't let me play any sports, like, my first year there. So I couldn't play any sports. So I was just like, I'm just going to be that guy. I'm just going to have fun with what I'm like. I'm here. I might as well do whatever. So I was that guy and just made people laugh. And that's how I made friends and stuff.
Man, that's a cool story.
Yeah. And then I went to the Navy and did the same thing. Like I was that guy in the Navy. I played pranks. Like, even in like A school, which is like your training school, we would play pranks on people. Like, my roommate was from Michigan. And so I was in Great Lakes, Illinois during wintertime, and I hated it. But he liked to sleep with the windows open. So the windows were at a slant. They were like this. So I would go stand in the courtyard and put together snowballs and throw them in our window. So when he got up he'd step in melted snow that was frozen on the floor, and he would be mad. He'd be so mad. And then we'd find other windows that were open and throw snowballs in there. And then we would do things like one time we got a giant trash bag. We filled it with soapy water. We duct taped it to someone's door, and we flooded their room with soapy water. So when they got up, it was just gross. We would change out the shower heads or turn off stuff. We would, what else do we do? Mess with people's food, just jerky stuff.
The Navy's the worst.
The Navy's the best, man. I love it. I love the Navy.
So, man, what's wrong with those guys? How do they sleep with the windows open? I would be freezing. If I wake up in the morning, because we put wood floors in our bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
And for a month, we didn't have any carpet or anything.
Yeah.
Had to go finally I was like, I can't take it. I gotta go get a carpet, because when I wake up in the morning, if my feet are on that cold floor, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
And so we went and got a carpet, and now things are better. But man, I'm telling you, I don't know how they sleep like that. And if I woke up and I stepped on ice.
Well, I would be like, dude, can we close the window? I tell her, because I was on the bottom bunk. I was like, can we close the window, man? It's cold. No, I need a window open. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna do it my way then. So
yeah, we love waking up every morning with pneumonia.
Right.
That's great. You're doing a great job, man. So how long were you in the Navy for? 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, but I didn't make it. I didn't make it. So
we all want. Everybody wants to be. I want to be a Navy SEAL, or just a SEAL. So this is a bonus question.
All right.
Not really. It's actually, so the last one was number 5. This is question 5.5. It's not even a bonus, I don't think. What's your favorite animal?
What is my favorite animal? Ooh. Can it be a fake animal? Does it have to be a real animal?
I've heard different things. You can do whatever you want.
All right. So if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, there's an animal called an owl bear. It's a giant bear with an owl face and whatever, and they're vicious and mean or whatever. That is my favorite animal. It's an owl bear.
Wow, that's a cool favorite.
But my real favorite animal in real life is my cat. Oreo. I don't know where he is. He's around here somewhere, but he's my favorite animal. He's me as a cat, basically. Like we're the same. We're the same, but he's a cat and I'm a person. And I wish he could talk because I think he either talk like he's from Brooklyn or he talk with a British accent. I'm not sure which one, to be honest with you.
That's funny. His name's Oreo.
Yeah, because black and white. He's a black and white cat.
Oh, I get it. I wrote that down. His name is Oreo.
I think Luke once posted pictures of him on like Instagram or something where Oreo was messing with him when he had the camera or something. So
He's black and white. That makes sense.
yeah.
Unless you get the what are those Oreos that are they make like a cream. They make a cream Oreo. Anyways, this bonus question number 1.
All right, bonus question number 1.
But it's okay. Yep. What's your favorite color?
Black.
Black. That's cool.
To be fair, black is technically the absence of color, but it's my favorite color.
When you buy a box of colors, they come black.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, this is like the halfway point, I guess. I don't know
All right.
how long you've been doing this, but how you feel? Good?
Yeah, no, I feel good.
Do you have I guess this is when we sing a song. So,
Mr. Rogers.
So what's on your heart? Do you have any songs that that resonate with you?
Well, yesterday, because I don't know if you know this, but yesterday, I think it was like Prince Philip had passed away, right? And then also the Royal Jewel of America, DMX, passed away. So I listened to Rough Riders Anthem yesterday several times. So that's what I did. Out of respect to DMX, I'm not going to sing that song.
Well,
I think that's cultural appropriation if I sing that song.
Well, we could do like the chorus.
I think it's like stop,
drop,
shut them down, open up shop.
Stop.
Whoa.
Ho.
That's how Rough Riders roll. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then how's it go? It's like
no, I can't say you can't say the rest of those words. Those are.
And then
it's like the N word like 14 times in a row, I think.
Okay. Rough Riders roll.
Yeah.
What's the radio version? What's that other song that he sings?
X Gonna Give It to You is one of them.
But didn't he do that one? Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in here. Yep, up in here. That's
up
right.
In here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool.
Then you have What These Bees Want.
Yeah.
Remember that song? That was a big song. With Cisco from the Thong Song. That was the jam.
Love a bee.
Yeah. And then Where's the Hood At? That's like one of the best ones. Where the hood. He always did the D voice. Where the hood at? It was like that.
So
yeah.
I liked him. Hey, what up now? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got so we have a bunch of citrus trees, and we have bees all over in our backyard.
Oof.
Crazy.
You should build a hive.
They built a hive in the orange tree, but I removed it. It was just too weird.
No. You should have got the box and then put them into your backyard so you could harvest the honey and stuff.
And I go right up and I'm right next to all the bees, and they don't even bother me at all.
Yeah, if you move slow and stuff, yeah.
They're so busy, doing the flowers on the trees. I have a lot of trees growing. I just bought some more trees. I bought a fig tree and I bought another grapefruit tree. So now I have 2 pomegranate trees, 2 grapefruit trees, an orange tree, a lime tree, and that's it, I guess.
You got to trim the pomegranate trees because otherwise they grow too much out.
They're growing crazy.
Yeah,
but
we have one too.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'll let it grow. They just grow them to my neighbor's yard.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was a fun song. DMX. That was fun.
I don't know why that was like that. Yesterday, I felt like I think I played it 6 times, and my wife was like, "Stop playing DMX songs.
Stop. Drop.
Exactly.
Roll it up. Coming on, pop. Oh. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. I mean, I never really like. I mean, I never got it too much into DMX. He was a little bit that rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like do the barking in there and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
The thing is, I grew up where I grew up in Texas. There was two kinds of music. There was rap music because I grew up in like a hood area, and then there was country music, and that was just because white people like country music in Texas. So it was like just those two mixtures. It was it was good. I mean, I didn't mind. I actually almost became famous at one point. We went to this is a true story. Went to Nashville, Tennessee,
oh wow.
country music capital, right? And so we went to this place called Gillies. It's world famous. It was called World Famous Gillies. A lot of people got starts there. It's really popular, and they had like an open mic thing. You could come and sing songs. And so I was like 12, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And I went up and sang two Elvis songs, Jailhouse Rock and what was the other one? I just remember Jailhouse Rock because I liked doing the little dance, the little shuffle thing. You should do the thing. So I did those, and some guy came up to my mom and was like, "Hey, here's my business card. I'm a record producer. I'd love to get a demo done and like see if we could get something going." And then right after that, Leanne Rhymes got big. Like she was like 12 or 13 in the same. We're like the same age, and she got big and got a record contract off of singing Patsy Cline's "Blue." I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I know Blue.
So yeah, and I was in choir. I was in choir and band at the time, so I could sing and I could carry a tune. I can't do it now, but
Yeah, no, we were singing Rough Riders. I was
but then and then now and then like the country, like the country kind of rock, the country kind of pop crossover happened for a while, and so you remember like Alan Jackson got big. I don't know if you know country. Do you know country music?
yeah, I like country.
Okay. Yeah, so like Alan Jackson got big, and then like Kenny Chesney and like that. So a lot of those kind of things got big from that point. And it was like a rock pop country thing for a little while.
Yeah, Kid Rock.
No, not Kid. Kid Rock was later,
Yeah,
but
that was fun.
well, that's fine.
So this is bonus question number 2. Where's your dream live? Where would you like to live? Like if you could live anywhere, where's your dream location to live? You get it? That's it's it's written weird, so
No. I know what you're saying. You
I
know
don't
what? I
mean
don't.
like where's your dream live? I mean like
Where's
where do you
it lives in dreamland.
Yeah.
Um, um, I don't know. It's weird because I have like two things that I really would love to have. I'd love to have a ranch, but I'd also like to live on like a coast. So I'd like a coastal ranch, like somewhere. Not California because it's too expensive, and my wife doesn't like Texas. She doesn't want to move back to Texas. Like that's where I live for most of my life. So probably like somewhere in Florida, like on one of the coasts, like with like a
Mexico, dude.
ranch.
Mexico. You
I
can
also thought about Costa Rica. Costa Rica's pretty inexpensive too. So something like that, like a ranch that also has like a sailboat that I can go sailing and scuba diving and stuff because that's what I love. I love the water.
sounds cool. Do you
Yeah,
go scuba diving?
yeah. I love the scuba dive. I haven't gone in a while.
I've never
Can't really go right now. Oh, it's fun.
My wife did like with the scuba.
Snorkeling.
Yeah, one time. She always talks about it, and I want to try it sometime.
It's fun, dude. Go to Hawaii and do it in Hawaii. It's really chill. Or if you go to Mexico, like Cabo or Cancun, you can do it. It's pretty chill there too.
Cabo. We're moving to Cabo. Hey, so I already know the answer to this question, but I have to ask because it's on the list.
All right.
Are you happy at this job?
Yeah, totally. I'm totally happy at it. I love it. I want to make more money at it, and I want to make more stuff. And things are happening, so it's good. I'm working on a book too. That's going to also be. I'm hoping to release the book and do a dry bar special at the same time with the same title. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's the goal. And it's actually I'm actually writing new material because of what David learned from his dry bar. I'm writing new material, and I'm using that material to make a book as well that I'll release at the same time. So it'll have stand up, but it'll also have stories and stuff. So it'll
How
kind of be
many
back.
books have you written?
Only well for myself or or in total.
For yourself?
Just one for me.
Yeah, I have that book.
Yeah, do you? Oh yeah, that's right. You do have that book. I'm working on another one because I teach stand up to teenagers in like the summertime. So I'm working on a different book for them too. But this book is like have you read like Jim Gaffigan's like Dad is Fat or like Tom Papa's my dad took your rake or something I think that's what it's called. But like those kind of books that are like kind of based on their stand up but also are like stories and stuff like that. It's like that. I don't want to give away the name because nobody has this name yet. I Googled it everywhere, Amazon, everything, that the name of the book does not exist. So I don't want to give it away because I don't want someone to do it before I do it.
What you have to do is you just have to like poor man publish the name. So write the name on a piece of paper, tie it on the book, and then mail it. Go down to the post office, and then mail it to yourself at your home, and then it's stamped. Because I wrote a book.
Oh, really? Where is it?
It's in my closet.
When are you going to put it out?
One day.
Do it.
It's
Don't say one day. Do it now. Do it now.
I tried, but I was looking on Fiverr for an illustrator and different things. And it's a children's book. It's actually a series.
Dude, do it. Don't delay. Don't delay your dreams.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
I'm doing it right now. You're doing a great job. Woo!
So I seriously, you should never, ever delay your dreams ever. Like,
I love
do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love a book. Hey, this is question number 9 or whatever.
Are these not bonus questions anymore?
There's another one towards the end. What is it all about the money, James?
It's about taking care of my family, so I guess it's about the money. I don't know. It's about happiness and money doesn't always bring happiness, by the way.
Right, taking care of the family. Yeah, no, me too. It's not all about the money. I mean, you need money to survive.
But I would like a Tesla. That's my dream. Yeah, I want a Tesla.
Dream car? That's a good question. What's your dream car?
I want the new Tesla Roadster. That's my dream car. But I would settle for a Tesla Model 3. I'll be happy with that.
Tesla Roadster. All right, dream car. Hey, so you're doing a great job. It's not all about the money.
No. I mean, you need it to live, right? Like that's the thing. And they say, I think there was a study that I saw that was like 85,000 a year is like the peak of happiness. Is like if people have that threshold, they usually have some amount of happiness. Now that may differ based on where you live, but 85,000 is considered like that. I think pretty sure that's the right amount.
So what's your dream car? That's going to be a new question. Bonus question.
That's a good one.
Bonus
there
question.
You go.
Is that a bonus question?
Yeah, why not?
Bonus question number, I think that might be.
Yeah, so it says right. I just Googled it. It says 95,000. This is in 2020 now. 95,000 is ideal. Why 60,000 to 75,000 satisfies emotional well-being. So if you're in that 60 to 85,000, and it's true. I know that I've had jobs that I loved that I made 60,000, and jobs I hated that I made 75,000 or more, and I wasn't happy. So it's not always money. You got to be happy, but having a good amount of money coming in is obviously gonna relieve stress and a burden off of you.
That's funny. 65 to 95 is the happy.
Yeah, 60 to 90 is what they're saying. But again, that varies on where you live. Like in California, 95 probably is what you need. But somewhere like Texas, probably 60, and you're fine. So it's like, Alabama, $5, you're happy. No, I'm just kidding. No offense, Alabama, I love you. No, smart people live. It's funny because people think stupid people live in Alabama, but smart people live in Alabama because there's like a NASA research center in Alabama. So there's not stupid people there. So
right.
They just get a bad rap.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's smart and stupid people everywhere.
That's true. I just didn't want to slam Alabama and have them get mad. I realize that there are very smart people in Alabama, even though I don't like the University of Alabama. Like I'm not it, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think that in Arizona here,
Yeah.
woo, boy,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask you a question.
sure.
U of A or ASU?
U of A.
Okay. Very good. That's what I thought. That's all I would say too.
Yeah, because they just lost their coach though.
Mm. That sucks. That's never good when you lose a coach. So.
Yeah,
There.
well, they fired him.
Oh wow.
I
Were
don't
they
know.
having a bad season or something, or were they just not doing well, or what?
Might have been with all the bribery that was going on. I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know what happened, but I just
gotcha.
saw that they let him go.
We're just gonna make up stuff.
I think maybe he just wasn't winning.
Yeah, that's fair.
The other U of A coach, Lute Olson. Have you heard of that guy?
Yeah.
He died.
Oh.
Not from COVID. It was before COVID, I think.
Okay. All right. Good. All right, that's good to hear.
I don't remember. It might have been from COVID, but.
I doubt it was.
Hey, James. What's the hardest part about your job?
Consistent work. That's actually the hardest job. But being a freelancer, that's the hardest. That's the hardest job. That's the hardest part of any job.
The consistent work.
Yeah, and I constantly get people telling me like you should raise your rates, but then I have done that, and people are like, well, you're too expensive for me. Well, I can't afford it. If you're just $50 cheaper, if you're this, it's like okay, well, I gotta find it. So it's just finding the sweet spot too is the hard part.
Yeah, it's all about the sweet spot.
Yeah,
that's how stand-up comedy is.
Yeah, it's you got to find the groove, the sweet spot. It's kind of like comedy is like jazz, right? You play a little bit to see how they like it, and then you play this, then you play that, then you do this. You kind of go back and forth to see what's really getting them to groove, and then you kind of find that groove. But in LA, you got 3 minutes to find that groove. Where other places you might have 10 minutes or 7 minutes or whatever. So you got to be fast. LA and New York, you got to be fast to find that groove.
Yeah, or you can start your own shows, and then you can find your groove on your own.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not gonna. No one should start their own show until they have done other shows. Like honestly, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and got involved with the community and some people. So then when you have your own show, then you can get other comedians that are stronger than you to kind of carry the show until you're.
Yeah, I've actually only headlined my own show like once or twice. I've never because I don't that's not who I am. I'm not there yet. I still have time to develop or whatever. So that's why I have like Robert G. Lee or Dwayne Perkins or Jenna Kim Jones or whatever come and headline the show because they're stronger comedians. They've been doing it longer. They have that material.
And then when you say headline, you 45 minutes?
30 minutes usually, 30 to 45. Yeah, somewhere in that time frame. I usually ask them how much time they want to do because sometimes they're trying to prepare for something, right? So I try to give them that, and then I'll cut everybody's time based on that. So the next person will, if they got 30, then the next person probably get like 15, and then they'll go 10 and 10 and 10, or depending on how many people we have, whatever it is.
When you're doing your shows, what was your average audience size?
Like 30, just because we did smaller venues. We try to keep it small.
But 30 people is good.
Yeah, we're in the 20 to 30 range usually. So it was nice. It was good. We had full rooms before, 50, 60, 70 people. So that was good. But I don't know. It just seems less intimate. That's the thing is like, I know I've done big like theater things. Like I've done some colleges and stuff, shows, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel, I like that intimate feel. We're all in this together. We're all in this room and we're all experiencing this like one weird moment, right? Whereas like a theater, like I got on the stage and I'm higher than everybody else and I'm looking down at the crowd. And I'm just like, I don't like this as much. Like it feels like I'm a monkey on display, right? And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. So I don't know. It's going to be weird if I ever become like famous and I'm doing stuff like that. I'm always going to just feel like a monkey performing on stage.
I'm sure you'll get used to it, especially once you get the check.
Well, getting the check I got the check from that show and it was nice. Like I got paid. It was like, here you go. And I was like, oh, this is nice. But I was just like, but still, it was just a weird, actually. So I did that show. I think it was like Bakersfield or Barstow or something like that. Somewhere out there, one of those colleges. And then on the way home, I'm driving back to LA from there and I see In-N-Out right next to a Krispy Kreme.
All
Okay.
right.
Those are like my two faves. So I pull over, I get my double, I get my drink, I get my fries. Then I pull into the Krispy Kreme drive-through, and I get a half a dozen of the chocolate glazed with sprinkles. And I can proceed to eat the In-N-Out and the Krispy Kreme on the drive back to LA. The whole box of Krispy Kreme and all the. By the time I get home, I'm sick. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. But I had that post show high. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm doing it, And I was like, bro, why?
A
Why did I?
double and a box of donuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Oof.
That's good. Yeah, that's how you feel though.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, oh, why did I do that?
Well, James, so what's the easiest part about your job?
The easiest part of my job, just like having fun, I guess. I don't know. This is just having fun with it, like really, because I get to try out stuff. Like I even like people come to me like, I have this idea, but I don't really have it fleshed out, and then I get to pitch stuff like, oh, what about this, or what about this, and so that's the easiest part is like getting to come up and I mean, it's not easy to come up with stuff, but it's the most fun part. Like being able to have fun with it, I think, is the easiest part.
Having fun. That's cool. You're doing a great job. Woo! What's your purpose here on this earth?
To take care of my wife and kids and to spread happiness and joy. That's really what it is. That's what I think, anyways.
Yes.
If you would ask 10-year-old me, I would have said to be a superhero, but he lost out there.
I'm gonna take care of wife and kids and spread some joy.
That's right.
Spread some joy.
That's what you should do. Take all these interviews like this, stuff that you write down, and make that into a book.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You should. You should.
You're doing a great job. The book.
There you go. Seriously, that'd be great because you get to hear about a bunch of different jobs and read stuff that people said, and that'd be fun. I don't know.
I'm
It's a
into
good idea.
I
Because you write it all down, right? You write it down for every episode.
writing it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Then
I
you should just.
started writing it because sometimes people say stuff that really needs to be written down.
Yeah.
Like what did you say over here? You said something. Don't breathe Taco Bell.
It seems so long ago already. That seems so long ago.
It's like gold. Hey, is Jesus Christ the King?
Yes.
Yes, he is. That's bonus question number 3.
Nice.
I really feel like more than ever, Jesus Christ is King. More now than ever before.
Yeah. Need it, man. You gotta have faith. I don't care what denomination you are or whatever. You gotta have faith, man, because otherwise you're not gonna make it through stuff. Life's tough. Life is hard.
Yeah, pray to Jesus.
But,
pray to God.
Yeah.
The same. Whatever religion you are, whatever. Now's the time because we need a higher thing than ourselves.
Yeah.
To help us keep it together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, especially a lot of kids are doing like homeschooling and online schooling now, and my wife said she got some email about kids that are like getting triggered off little tiny things, like and instead of a blue cup they got a yellow cup and they just melt down, they totally flip out.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, so Jesus is King. Woo, you're doing a great job. Hey, I love this. This is great. I could do this for 3 hours. We're doing great.
I have a football game to go to at some point, so I can't do it for 3 hours because my daughter's cheering for a football team. Yeah.
How old are your kids?
I'm gonna get this wrong. 11 and 14, I think. 13 or 14. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're both girls, and then my youngest one does dance, so she's in like competitive dance, and then my oldest one is on junior varsity cheer. That makes me feel old. It's funny because when I ask people how old they think I am, or if someone asks how old I am, I'm like, how old do you think I am? And then I always get like a answer that's very low below what I am, and then I tell people my real age because or if I mention my kids, and people like, oh wow, you're old. So yeah.
I know. I feel old too. My birthday was, what's today? The 9th?
Yeah.
My birthday was on
Oh, today's the 10th. Sorry, today's the 10th.
yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday. I didn't know that.
The day before yesterday.
Wait. The 8th? It was the
Yeah.
8th? Nice. Happy belated birthday. Sorry about that. I didn't know.
No, it's cool. I don't care. I don't even celebrate birthdays anymore because I think that they're pagan roots. But I turned 37, so like I feel
Congrats.
I'm getting old. But my daughters are 15 and 13. And
Yeah,
I have a son who's 8. So yeah, they grow up fast. It's
I
crazy.
know.
But
It's tough.
no, that's cool. Well, you're doing a great job, and keep taking care of your wife and your kids, and keep doing a great job. And hopefully, we'll see you again soon. Have fun at the football game, James.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the podcast. Hey, you can plug all your podcasts, everything that you're doing. Just,
All right.
just run down the list where your websites, where people can find you and book you, because this is going to get out there.
All right. All right. So you go to, so if you want comedy information and stuff that I've written, comedypreneur.com. I'll make sure I send David the link so he can put it in there because it's hard to spell. But just think of the words entrepreneur and comedy and put them together. Comedypreneur. I'm on Fiverr. You just look up James D. Creviston on Fiverr. There's all kinds of writing stuff I do, from everything from jokes and memes and whatever to full on screenplays and stuff like that. You can check out the Clean Comedy Podcast if you're watching the YouTube or watching the videos. The logo Clean Comedy Podcast. Then there is the Comedypreneur Show, which is like a verbal. It's me basically giving advice, similar to the Comedypreneur website. Then you have You Already Know. You Already Know is a news monologue thing. So if you like Fallon's monologue or Conan's monologue or Kimmel's monologues, they do late night style monologues. It's about a minute, maybe 2 minutes of monologue jokes that I do once a week. I just take weird news stories and write monologue jokes. And then the last one is called WTF Happened in America This Week. It's written and produced by me every week, and it's performed and done by Dylan Howard and David Lutzy Luttrell, who are both Australian. One lives in New York. Dylan lives in New York, and Lutzy lives in Australia. He is a radio guy. It's actually a big podcast down in Australia, so those guys are loving that. And I think that's pretty much everything I have to do. I mean, you'll see me on like David Studebaker's podcast, the Disney Tonight Show. That one we do, but we haven't done an episode in a while. Yeah, and then then we're gonna do. And then I do my other buddy Agostino Zoida. He does a show called the Sitcomics, where we do sitcoms. We act out sitcoms. Usually I'm the narrator and like one or two sub characters. We've done Seinfeld. We've done All in the Family. We've done. What else have we done? We've done a couple. I've done a bunch with him. So that's a good show. That'll be coming out the next year. So we've been recording them with a bunch of other actors and comedians. That's a lot of fun. The Sitcomics. So think of the word sitcom and just Sitcomics. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's a fun one. We're gonna do. Oh, we've done. What do you say? I've done Everybody Loves Raymond, All in the Family, Seinfeld. I think I did 2 Seinfeld episodes with him back to back, and then we're about to do. What did he just message me about? We're about to do that '70s show. We're gonna do that '70s show episode, and I asked to play Red Foreman because I love Red Foreman. Like literally, I just wanted to say the word dumbass like on this thing. And instead, he's like, "No, we know who you are. You're Bob." Like, so Bob from that '70s show. I want to do Bob and the narrator. And that's good because I like Bob. I think he's a funny character. Bob and Red I always liked on the show. So yeah, I want him. I know it's not really considered a sitcom. I wish he would do a Simpsons episode, and if he does, I would love to play Homer because I always consider myself like the Homer Simpson of life.
Yeah, they're more of like a conspiracy future teller show.
Yeah, but you know that it takes 9 months to create an episode of The Simpsons.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So they're not topical in the way everyone thinks they're topical.
Right.
I read this book. It's by this guy named I'm gonna pronounce his last name wrong. Matt Reiss or Reiss, Reiss. He was a writer and showrunner for The Simpsons for a bunch of years. He says it takes 9 months because they're hand animated in Korea. They hand animate the show, so it takes 9 months for them to go from starting a script to a produced show. So there's no way they could be actually topical, but they seem to be topical because it it takes on real life is sometimes weirder than anything you can make up. So they tend to nail it a lot better than you would think that shows do.
Nail it. That's great.
I forgot what the book's called, but if you're a Simpsons nerd, you got to read this book. Let me look it up for you before I go, because I love books. Like that's the thing I spend money on. When I get money, I buy books. So and my wife won't let me buy physical books anymore because we used to have like way too many. It is called Springfield Confidential: Jokes, Secrets, and Outright Lies from a Lifetime of Writing for The Simpsons by Mike. I want to say it's Reese. It might be Rice, Reiss, and Judd Apatow wrote the foreword for it. So, and I love Judd Apatow, so that makes sense.
You're doing a great job. Woo, James. Man, thanks for coming on the show, and thanks for being with me and being like a comedy mentor through my whole comedy life, and we'll be friends forever,
Yeah.
So I hope that we can see you soon,
Yeah, well, I want to come out and do some stand-up in there.
Yeah, if things get back to normal, we're going to be doing some shows, and I might come out to California later this year and hang out.
Well, hopefully it gets better. Hopefully there's more shows up. My concern with California is clubs need to make money, so they're going to be picking guys and girls who have Netflix specials and TV shows or whatever. They're not going to
sell out.
They got to get their money back. I get it too. I 100% understand where they're coming from. I 100% get it.
We'll just come there and we'll just go to Denny's or something.
We'll do an open mic in Denny's.
Well, thank
Welcome
you,
to Denny's Comedy Hour. All right.
Thank you so much, James. Have fun at your football game.
Thank you.
Hope they win. Woo!
They've been winning, so we're good.
That's great. Well, this has been a good episode number 71.
You're doing a great job.
I wanted you to be number 70. Maybe
That's it.
It's okay. All the 70s are going to be great ones.
Yeah.
So we'll have you on again in like a year.
All right. Sounds great.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.